Before we get started with today's video, I definitely want to take some time to thank my friends over at So Avant-Garde. All right, so Avant-Garde is a place where you can go online, type in the website, and you have a plethora of fragrances from the niche world. Now, niches can be intimidating, so sample, and they have those discovery sets as well. Head over there, look around, shop around, and save you some money by using the code DEDRICK20 on anything on So Avant-Garde. And, it's definitely something where, if you really elevate your fragrance collection or get into something new or tap into another level as far as quality goes, hey, So Avant-Garde has you covered. All right, so head over there, use DEDRICK20, save anything, get anything over there except mind games. Don't worry. You can head over to mindgames.com and use DEDRICK10 for 10% off anything on mindgames.com. All right, so save you some money, explore, see what you discover, and let me know down below in the comments if you rock with anything. All right, appreciate y'all. Let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, you got one more time, DEDRICKHJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell Good family, what's going on with y'all, man? Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here on this channel. All right, so today's video is dedicated to my mature fellas, man, my OGs, my no-nonsense type of gentlemen who've been moving around the earth for quite some time, and they display excellent maturity, leadership, maybe a little older than some of the young boys around here floating around, man. So this video is dedicated to you. So I want to shout out my guy Chef 9, man. Chef 9 hit me up and said, hey man, say he was a big fan of the channel, member of the Smell Good family, and he was wondering, could I have a dedicated video for fragrances for more of a mature audience? All right, so we have those here today, and I have 7 of them. So, and most men who are, older than me or more mature, have more experience in life, they tend to only go one or two ways when it comes to their fragrances, and all of these are very specific on the masculine side. Don't get me wrong, if you are younger and you want to take a stab or have an interest in any of these fragrances, you definitely can, but these definitely have a mature feel to them and a mature vibe. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Again, shout out 9 for the video suggestion, and here we go. All right, up first, I talk about this, let's just get into it. Up first, from the house of Zaharoff, all right, we have Signature Royale X. Now, I often talk about Triple X. That's what I was trying to say before we got into this fragrance. But this one right here, Triple X could definitely be for a mature audience as well. But this one is fresh, it's earthy, it's a little bit of green, it's spicy. It's definitely something of a more versatile play that you can wear every single day, no matter what you got going on. So if you're more on the, looking for more mature style of a DNA, I think this definitely qualifies for that. Again, earthy, spicy, a little green touch to it as well. Great quality. And it's not going to be no mistakes. It's going to be no mistakes with anybody who comes in, who encounters with this, who smells this. They're going to automatically know, oh boy, yeah, he about his business. And they're going to take a look. Oh yeah, man, he really got it dialed in. Know what he got going on for sure. This is a more mature base fragrance, in my opinion. The Triple X can go the same route because it's a little bit more intense. But if you're not looking for a very brash and strong DNA, you want something a little bit dialed back, but keeping that intensity, this qualifies. From the house of Zaharoff, we have Signature Royale X. All right, up next, man, this is just one of my favorite fragrances, period. And when I'm going to the office, I'm 39 years old, so I wear me a button up, some slacks, some hard bottoms when I'm going into the office. And this is one of my favorites to fragrances to wear when I'm in that environment. From the house of Nishane, we got Papilefiko. spicy, balsamic, resinous type of fragrance for sure. This is mature. That's it. It's maturity in a bottle. No mistakes. You're not going to get anything that leans super sweet, anything that leans super fresh and a big vibe. No. This is definitely specific. Has a specific tone, and this is not going to be for everybody. So my mature fellas out there who are looking for a very clear-cut definition of a mature fragrance, Papilefiko definitely has you covered for sure. Again, spices, you get some earthiness with this as well. You get this balsamic resinous feel. Really good fragrance. And again, this is just going to be another one where there's going to be no mistake. No mistake if someone picks up this DNA off of you, because it has a very mature vibe for sure. From the house of Nishane, I love this stuff. One of my favorites from the house. Very mature fragrance. We have Papilefiko. And most of these fragrances on this list are going to have this theme, you know, very straightforward, no guessing when it comes to these DNAs. All right, up next, I could have went either way with this, but decided to go with the original, decided to go with the classic. From the house of Terre, we have Terre, the EDT. Yes sir, bitter orange, vetiver, and spices. That's what you get. A classic. This is for the mature man with no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. This smells like a gentleman's classic. That's exactly what it is. Vetiver can be a note that can go either way. You can get a very strong approach to vetiver. You can get soapy and clean approach to vetiver. There's different angles that vetiver can come off, but there's no mistaking in this. With the bitter orange and with the vetiver and with the spices in here, what you are going to encounter. And this is maturity in the bottle. That's what this is. I love to wear this to the office. I love to wear it during the springtime, and I like to wear it, believe it or not, during the summer heat. All right, I love to wear it because it blends off really beautifully off of my skin for sure. So all my mature fellas out there, most of you probably, if you're into fragrances already, you've heard of this. But if you have not, if there's a reason why you have not heard of Terre, or if you've seen it or you passed it by and you're looking for a mature type of fragrance, type of DNA, looking at this one, it might fit what you're looking for, might check all the boxes for sure. From the house of Terre, we have the original Terre, the EDT. Let me get that in focus. There we go, the original EDT. All right, up next, a fragrance that built a lot of hype back in 2022, I believe. And this is change of pace here, but this is definitely, in my opinion, a more mature style of a scent for sure, but with a different twist. From the house of, well, what is that? Blue Atlas. I'm about to call it the name. Blue Atlas, we have Atlantis. I was gonna call it Blue Atlantis. Blue Atlas, and we have Atlantis. Beautiful all black, sleek type of bottle style here. Green, citrus, fresh, and clean. Yes, change of pace. So those, my fellas out there who are looking for clean and fresh, but you want a hint of green that's not too much. You want a little bit of citrus sparkle that's not too much. And have all them blending together, Blue Atlas has you covered. Now, a lot of hype in the community because this fragrance was, just be real, it was given to a lot of YouTube reviewers and content creators during that time. But I'm only here to speak the truth. I like this fragrance. I've been in, people have inquired me about this fragrance. They've gotten it and they really love it. So it has a kind of old school feel to it with a modern twist, but the citrus is in here, the green / earthy vibe, the freshness in here from everything going on. This stuff is really good. More mature feel. This is not going to be for my young boys because of that green and that tart citrus. There's an apricot black currant thing going on in here. But if you're just looking for something simple, but with that mature vibe that you can pick up, that more masculine feel, look at this. From the house of Blue Atlas, we have Atlantis. Atlantis, really good stuff. I like to wear this to the office during the spring and summer for sure. All right, up next, this one right here was released back in 2006, and absolutely no one talks about it, but I'm a fan. From the house of Hugo Boss, we have Hugo Boss Selection. Yes, Selection. How many of you guys have heard of Selection? I got this from a rack store, my local Burlington, for $24.99 about 2 or 3 years ago. This is a beautiful, spicy, powdery, earthy type of vibe. The featured note in here is that star anise note, and what star anise is from the floral family, and it's a spicy floral but with a powdery vibe to it as well. So spicy and powdery, not overly powdery. You're not gonna get baby wipes or baby powder. That's not what I'm saying, but you can definitely pick up on it for sure. There's a freshness with this as well. There's a brief citrus outlet with this in the opening of this fragrance, but once it starts to dry down, you do get that earthiness, you get that spice, and you get that powdery effect all blended into one. So this is for my cool poppers out there. Yeah, y'all know who y'all are. My cool poppers out there who, you know, you want that vibe, masculine, respected gentleman vibe, but you want to also put on like, hey, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling about my business, but I'm cool with it. This is something to look into for sure. Search your rack stores. I see this pop up, especially around Father's Day and during the holidays. So no one talks about this, but I'm telling you, it's a good one. I personally like to wear it to the office for sure. I haven't worn it in quite some time, but I'm going to get reintroduced to this. I'm smelling it right before I recorded this video. I was like, man, this is a gentleman's classic for sure. From the house of Hugo Boss, we have Hugo Boss Selection. Really good stuff for sure. All right, let's get to some leather. Let's get to some leather. This is masculine and mature, and there's no wiggle room nowhere in between. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, we have spicy leather. Yes, sir, spicy leather. I always just like to smell spicy leather in here. Look at that atomizer, beautiful, pressurized. A beautiful citrus, spicy opening. I get like a smokiness feel from the leather. This is not a soft leather. This is not a smooth leather. It kind of has a little bit of not a little bit, it has a mature edge to the leather with this one. The citruses up top really keep it at bay, but then as it starts to dry down, you get leather for sure. This is for my OGs out there who look for something to wear to the cigar lounge or just a lounge in general. If you're going to post up and you and the homies just might be vibing. If you're into riding motorcycles and you want to, put on some leather, you know what I'm saying, with that biker jacket, or you fit if you're going riding or something like that. This is a big dog scent in my opinion because of what the leather does. Modernized, yes, in the opening, but as it dries down, the spices in the leather are the features with this fragrance, and it's really good. I personally like to wear this during the cold, in the winter, to the office, if I'm just feeling like, if I'm on edge that day, if I'm on edge with specific goals and specific things to get done, that's when I pull out spicy leather from the house of Ferragamo. Very mature, very mature. So my fellows who ain't trying to at all, I want no wiggle room. I want them to know. Looking in this one, from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, we have spicy leather. I'm a fan of this. Synthetic, yes, synthetic-y you get in the opening, but still a really beautiful fragrance, all right? And last but not least, this is to all my fellows who want that old school barbershop vibe. The name is going to sound familiar, but the updated flanker is something to look into. From the house of, well, I believe it is Guy Laroche Petit. Yeah, we got Drakkar Intense. Drakkar Intense. Man, so of course you have the OG Fougere classic and the original Drakkar. But this is a beautiful, modernized barbershop type of feel, man. So good. Lavender. Oh, so good. Lavender. You get some tonka bean in here. You get some spices in here. You get a green touch in here as well. I'm a fan of this. I couldn't believe how good it was. I've heard conversations about it. People talking about it in videos who I really, really like, and I kept passing it. But one day I was out in my local Burlington and I saw it sitting there for 20 bucks. I said, you know what? I'm a fan of barbershop style scents. Why not? Grabbed it, I bought it, I smelled it, and I said, that's crazy. I almost missed out because I thought this would be something outdated, and not saying the original Drakkar is if you like that, but I thought this was going to be a little outdated. It's something that's just something I didn't want to invest any time to, but I was wrong. And maybe the $20 price tag has something to do with that, but I'm glad that was my situation because I love this stuff. So if you're into that barbershop type of vibe, that fougere barbershop feel, this is something that you want to look into. Bang for your buck. The last 2 out of 3 that we talked about are bang for your buck style fragrances if you're not trying to spend that much money. But for my mature audience, my mature crowd, Drakkar Intense. Beautiful barbershop fougere. I love it. Everything that you're looking for in a barbershop is here for sure. So I was late to the party, but you don't have to be. From the house of Laroche, Paris, we are Drakkar Intense. Drakkar Intense, all right? All right, Smell Good family, my mature division, the old 7 are recommendations that I have where I think that someone of the mature vein who is not looking for super sweet, playful, you're not looking for anything to give off that type of vibe. You want that mature feel. You want that you want your fragrance to definitely describe you like wholeheartedly. So if you are looking for that, one of these 7 could be something that you will you should look into, and maybe you'll find one that'll be just for you. All right, so shout out again to my guy Chef 9 for the recommendation of doing this video. I thought it was something good because I do come across all ages of the Smell Good family looking for some lanes for them to kind of focus on. So hopefully I was able to deliver for you guys for sure. All right, so until next time, y'all be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Let me know what you thought about today's video. What recommendations do you have? Do you agree? Do you disagree with my selection? Let me know for sure, all right? And as always, remember what you put out into this world is exactly what you're going to get back. And as always, man, splack up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. Appreciate y'all, love y'all, thank y'all for the support, and keep on splacking. Oh, geez. This one's for y'all. Appreciate y'all.